Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance. We're on Syrtis Major, and this is the second round of the qualifications for Worldwide People's Championships, the under 1900 bracket. So Jagged, I believe, moved on. I'm not sure who did he beat, but Eco Noob, yeah, big thanks to Eco Noob for beating Taquito. So I'm not that worried anymore. But hopefully Taquito signs up, and eventually it'd be really nice to get a best of 5 against Taquito. But we'll see what happens. So the winner of this game that we're going to watch now is going to play Econoop to see who's going to play in the final. Syrtis, I really hate this map. The reason I hate it is there are a lot of little rocks everywhere, and it's if you have the correct build order and you can utilize all these extra little rocks, you can get a fairly big advantage. You can also get this mass in the middle, which is fairly easy to get to with a little arty. But then typically opens up this hole, and there could be a very big fight. This is usually where the two ACUs meet, as most people probably know that part of Syrtis. Of course, then there's also the other choke points, at least 3 choke points. And if you let your the enemy push you back to about this point where they can cut off multiple choke points, that's when you're really screwed. That's why actually taking the middle, at least having parity in the middle, is really important. So there are some positives to this. For example, doing drops over here around the ledges, and of course the fact you have to expand a lot. But I think if somebody got rid of all the little rocks, maybe leave a couple, that would really make me a lot happier, because all these trees and rocks, and engineers just get confused reclaiming all that. And a lot of times you look at the efficiency and it looks like both players got single engineer reclaiming, and one player gets huge reclaim off that engineer and the other one doesn't. It's just the placement, the exact placement of the attack order or patrol order. See these fast expansioneers, beautiful targets for Jagged if you choose to kill them. So a light assault bot could be one option, or a bomber, a quick bomber, and typically second air is the way to go. First interceptor from Jagged. We're seeing interceptors from Kalvirox as well. Oh, we gotta mention that both go in Cyber. Should be pretty quick game, although Cyber on this map I think is quite good because they're Tech 3. I can't believe I'm spacing out on the names again. It's a Tech 3 unit. The brick is quite nice. I think Harby might have a little bit of a window, but especially on choke point maps, Harbies usually are defeated by things like bricks and Percy, especially Percy's, unless there's a lot of crazy micro. And if you're able to do that, then good for you. See now, defensive unit, defensive manti, offensive manti from Kalvirox, and Kalvirox I think is almost in position. But if he had a scout right here, and he could know just how good his position is, although it looks like this Mantis has snuck in and get potentially 2 kills on the other side. Yeah, and so far this is what we see. The difference is a lot more exposed engineers on the expansion for Jagged, and that could really set you back on this map. You gotta really make an adjustment, because if you can expand with no problems, this is a really huge mass here. Eureka can go through the roof very quickly, but if you get denied, then you gotta do other things. So, oh wow, that's very nice. And one thing to note, you can see how there are multiple move orders. It's not just a single move order. One thing is to avoid these the PDs in the middle. You don't want to send your units to there, but it also helps a little bit the path finding. It also helps the speed. But so far the rating from Kalvirox is just far superior. Let's actually look here, minute 5, 2000, Jagged 2000, so nearly identical reclaim. In terms of power, maybe a little more for Jagged, but I don't think I've seen a single offensive plane so far. I've seen a lot of defensive planes. And I guess these planes have provided a little scouting. Jagged trying to cut off a choke point, but these are just too many. Very nice build order. We'll maybe have to restart this with exactly how Kalvirox pulled it off, but really a good build order with 3 factories up here designed to put a lot of pressure on the expansion of Jagged. Meanwhile, plenty of defensive. Yeah, this is Kalvirox is looking a little scary because Jagged isn't a bad player, but this was very well done. You can see that just the income from mass extractor is a huge disparity. At this point, then it becomes, when you have that kind of advantage, do you just spam Tech 1 and you win quick, or do you invest that in something like Tech 2 mass extractors or Tech 2 factory? And yeah, the problems continue. Although still quite a few engineers. This is a nice factory there from Jagged. A little bit of adjacency. And so far, this is definitely a lot of mass. Still got to reclaim that. A lot of mass over here as well. And looks like Kalvirox may be out of luck in the middle, so that will be a first victory, I guess, for Jagged. Although the push continues, there is also a little bit of reclaim now left over from all these battles. Could be a slight advantage to Jagged. Kalvirox has been a little slow expanding to the top. I think this has been mostly Manta instead of Engineers, and there are a lot of mass extractors plus reclaim that's available to him. That could be one pretty big difference between Jagged and Kalvirox. That's kind of kept Jagged, I think, in the game. And now Jagged, I think Kalvirox a little low on health there, but Jagged seems to have gotten away with the majority of the reclaim. 7,400 reclaim, Jagged 6,900. Sure looks like Kalvirox got a little bit of that metal reclaim. And now perhaps some counterattacks. In terms of tech to mask extractors, you can see assisting, going for his third now, Jagged. Good micro, getting around this PD. Killing Engineers, creating problems. The push continues. Kalvirox with low health runs into a PD, kills it. Very aggressive, and that actually has the effect of getting Jagged to pull all of his units to the ACU. 17 kills, Kalvirox 12. And Kalvirox, yeah, he's got to retreat, otherwise he's just feeding the ACU. There's no chance he can get a win, maybe a draw. But given this amount of units, I don't think he really has much of a chance. Still very neglected position on this map. Gotta get a couple Engineers there. Also 2 tech to mask extractors. So in terms of upgrading, Jagged slightly ahead, and actually his income is now superior to Kalvirox. 10,000, nearly 10,000 on the reclaim and an air fight. And Kalvirox, is he outgunned here? No, he's fine. He's got plenty of units. He's also got Tech 2. Do we see Tech 2? Yeah, we also see Tech 2, although it's a long path for these tanks. Yeah, they gotta think about this wall and then get to the top. Kalvirox very aggressive with a low health ACU. And more units break through, denying mass extractors. And this could be, would have been nice, maybe better placement on that factory. And could this be actually the end? A lot of Medusas, and all these Medusas will die very quickly. Kalvirox 23 kills. Jagged might be thinking of a draw. There's about 1k health between Kalvirox and Jagged, but no shots being laid down on Kalvirox, and Jagged dies. So we've just seen how to be very aggressive with a low health ACU and win. But I think, yeah, of course we saw the rating on top, and then a lot of tech to mask extractors from Jagged instead of units. And his Tech 2 placement probably wasn't the best. And at some point it was just Medusas plus the ACU against Manta and ACU. And Medusas just disappeared, and Jagged was all alone. So let's see. I guess I'll just give it away. Kalvirox actually is going to beat EcoNoob because EcoNoob had to leave, but I guess he was already ahead. So Kalvirox will be in the finals this week. Look forward to those games. Definitely encourage people to cast those.